I want to say something and I don't. Hi everybody, it's Peter and this is, where are we now? Day 11. I skipped day 10 because again, hot weather, tired, whatever. I didn't feel like doing it yesterday. I didn't feel like dressing up today either. I'm going shirtless, sleeveless because it's bloody hot in here. We've got no AC and the humidity is like ridiculous. So, and you can get to see me flex my arms if you want. Okay, so yesterday's question was which superhero you want to be, and or some people were just taking the question and say, well, what superpowers would you like to have? To go with the superhero question, oh sorry, this is part of the, what is it again? I'm going to get it right by the end of day 31. The Savvy Sexy Social run by Amy Schmidtauer. I like saying her name. Part of the VEDA or VEDA, tomato, vlog every day or every other day but then that would be like veto, but blog every day in August if you can manage it. Anyway, what superpower would I like to have? Sorry, not superpower. Let's start with superhero. I always, by default, say Wolverine. One, because he's Canadian. I thought he's really good. And I'm talking about comic book Wolverine, not Hugh Jackman movie Wolverine. I mean, I didn't mind Hugh Jackman in X-Men 1 and 2, except he got too weepy. But when you grow up seeing characters a certain way, and I mean, he's a tough character. He doesn't care. He does his own thing. That's what I liked about Wolverine. And other things I liked about Wolverine was, adamantium skeleton, which means he's pretty indestructible. He's got his claws. That I could do or do without. Because, I mean, if you've got an adamantium skeleton, you're pretty indestructible. So you don't need claws to cut through things. You could just, hit things with your fist if you had to, like, get through or break through something. I mean, the claws is a neat idea. It's a Wolverine. It's to go with the whole, ravaging animal, don't, because Wolverines in the wild are worse than badgers. They get their back up and look out, here they come. Some of the other things I liked about Wolverine was, and this I guess can go with superpowers too, I like the healing factor. More so nowadays because being diabetic, neuropathy in my feet, if I could have something I could just like, it all goes away, that'd be nice. So things like that. When people talk about superpowers, it's always like about flight, invisibility. I don't know if I want to be invisible. Flying wouldn't be too bad, save on airfare. Some people have said teleportation, which is kind of cool because right now I know somebody that's like 8 hours drive away. Teleportation would be nice to say, like, hey, I'm here. Or, hey, there's a convention down in Florida. Do I want to spend the ticket and whatever? No, I'll just teleport down. I'll just sleep at home, teleport down to the comic convention or whatever kind of convention you're going to. If it's the rubber duck convention, whatever floats your boat kind of thing. You get there instantaneously. The one power I wish I had would be super IQ, because everybody's saying, oh, I want this and that. See, if you're super intelligent and you're not egotistical and you're not a narcissist, then you can build things too. Gee, I could build a teleportation machine because I'm super smart. I could figure out the lottery numbers because I'm super smart. Or like Bradley Cooper in Limitless. He was super smart when he took his pill, and he could figure out how to play the stock market and win. And he wasn't cheating. He was just playing the system. So we'll go with that. And today's question was discussing Pokemon Go. So that's a real quick one. Basically, I don't play it. I know of Pokemon. Some of the excuses, though, I'm hearing about Pokemon Go is like, well, it gets me out of the house and it does this. You know what I did last summer? I mean, this summer not so much because it's been too bloody hot. We've had a scorch of a year up in Toronto. I actually think worldwide, too. Somebody was saying that most of May worldwide was the hottest summer on record, period, globally. But when some people are saying excuses, well, I play Pokemon Go so I can get outside because I'm too busy playing video games and whatever. Last year, I took the bike out. I was home in the summer for, every other day. It didn't help much, but I got some fresh air, slapped on, my Walkman /MP3 player. and we're on a crescent, so I just have to do loops around the house. Didn't do a lot, even though the summer was hotter. Do 10, 15 minutes, around the house. The house is here, go once around, once around, once around. Okay, how many times can I go around? I got myself out. And I mean, there was a time when, having a computer, it's like, no, one more video game, or I'll be chatting all day. And family members were concerned sometimes. They say, like, yeah, gee, you're on the computer all the time. Or I actually haven't had a buddy when Doom was big, not this version, but the original version of Doom. We had to lock the computer on him because he just got so into it. And it's just like, dude, go to sleep. No, one more game, one more game, one more game. So I just basically, we were actually visiting a friend and he had it on his computer. I had to lock down his computer, just like get off the machine. So this is sort of I think Pokemon Go strikes me more of an excuse of, well, that you still want to get your geek on, but it gets me out of the house. But then I hear, like up in Toronto, we have a complaint. We have a place called Center Island off of Lake Ontario. Basically, there's rides and stuff. There's other small islands too that you can take a ferry to, and there's a ferry called the Jack Layton Ferry. But anyway, there was a complaint about that there was all these Pokemon Go players are crowding up and just hanging about. They're not even, like everybody's saying, oh, Pokemon Go gives you exercise. Well, these people are camping because there's all these drops at the ferry site. And the city is just like, yeah, we want people to get onto the ferry and go. And I don't know if they're cluttering up the area. There was the one story the other day, I forget if it was in the States or in Toronto, where basically a guy was playing Pokemon Go in the car. And I'm not sure how what rules are in the States, but in Toronto, they did pass a rule about a year or two ago about getting tickets for distracted driving. So basically trying to get people off of cell phones. But anyway, this guy was like driving stop, go, stop, go, stop, go. While playing Pokemon Go, and then he got basically arrested by the cops. I think he got a stern warning, which was lucky. I would have just said, like, give me the cell phone, give me your keys, and we're impounding the car till you smarten up, kind of idea. I mean, you don't need a video game for an excuse to get out and get some exercise. You know what? It's a nice, beautiful day, or I mean, unless you get AC and it's hot outside, yeah, I can sort of see staying inside. But I mean, even if the weather wasn't hot or whatever, make an excuse to get out. So force yourself to get out of the house, put down the bloody phone, and stop playing Pokemon. Simple as that. It's like, why do you need an excuse? Like, you know what? Grab a friend, go for a walk, and talk with your friend. Not talking with, like, the Thori what? Thori what? It's pretty sad the way tech is going these days. I mean, I have a phone myself. I am guilty. However, my excuse was that where I work, after so many years, you get a bonus, and its bonus is usually in cash. Unfortunately, the gift card can only be used at work, so I end up getting suckered into a phone. If it wasn't for that, I probably still wouldn't have a cell phone. The only benefits I do have with having a cell phone is GPS comes in handy. Nowadays, especially after having eye surgery, and my night vision is shot. So, I mean, I can still see, I can still drive. Road signs are a little tricky, but I know where I'm going. I know most of the major landmarks, so I always know where I'm going, so I'm not a hazard to the road. But if I'm going somewhere new or different, or I'm trying to plan it, I'll usually go Google Maps, and then I'll just, use the Google function on the phone or Waze and find myself that way. Texting a friend comes in handy now and then, but I'm not like wrapped around my phone. The excuse of getting out for exercise, you don't need an app to do that. It's like everybody needs an app. You need an app to do something. No, you just go and do it. Go out. Give a hoot, don't pollute, participation, exercise, whatever, but using an app is an excuse because there's so many people. Somebody almost walked off a cliff. Somebody almost got hit by a train. What is Pokemon Go, developers doing that they're dropping these, points to say like, oh yeah, there's a Pokemon here, there's a Pokemon there, and then like you're hearing all this is like, maybe we should rethink this thing. This doesn't sound like a good idea. Anyway, that's my thoughts on Pokemon Go and superheroes, and hopefully, if the weather's good and if I'm in a good mood, I will post again tomorrow. Be seeing you. Play safe. Don't play Pokemon Go. Play with a friend so that you can watch each other. See ya.